What's up, idols? It's Cece Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. So this video is gonna be an interesting one. Let me just rewind to the summertime, last summer. You guys know that I was in Korea from May to August, and I was in Jeju, Korea specifically. Jeju is an island. It's off the southern coast of South Korea. A lot of people know about it. It's a very popular vacation touristy spot. I lived there for a year, and I went back last summer to stay there for the summer. So my friend Bria lives there. She'd been there a few months before I got there, and she's like, Isis, yo, I know you've been here for a year, but so much has changed. There's so much to do. There's so many bars and clubs and restaurants and stuff I want to show you. And one of these bars they took me to is what the topic of this video is going to be about. So if you guys remember, last July, I had COVID, and I kind of stayed in the house for like a whole month. So my first time going out was actually to this bar. Me and Bria, we vlogged the whole day. We went to a lovely brunch place called Reet. We went to a Hanok village. We did some shopping. We did some walking around and just exploring the island. And the last stop in the vlog was this bar. Now in this vlog, I'm talking with the bar owner. Well, one of the things that Bria and Kate like sold me on, because it was a really cool concept, this bar. They're like, it's really tiny. It's like crazy tiny. Only like 8 people fit in there max. And you got to reserve like weeks and months ahead of time. But we know the owner, he's really chill. He speaks really good English. So we finally went, and it was a very chill environment. Everything was nice. The bar owner was nice. He agreed to be in my vlog and everything. And one of the things you notice when you go there, like I said, it's small and you have to reserve it and everything. You could go there by yourself, and the bar owner is a really good like conversationalist. So he'll say something, get the conversation rolling. Next thing that you're talking to the guys and girls next to you, and you got friends. Like, it was a really cool little setup. So in my vlog, I'm like, oh, would you recommend people come here alone? It's a good way to make friends, like, you know, that sort of concept. So a few weeks ago, my friend DM'd me. It was a link to a post on Instagram, and she was like, oh my God, have you seen this? And I did not. So I clicked it, and it was basically, okay, so before I get into this part, everything in this video is complete speculation. There's an investigation going on right now. I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty. I'm not saying the people coming out against him are innocent or guilty. This is all just me putting this out there because of a DM I got early yesterday morning. Anyway, basically there's this Instagram account. There's like 3 different ones. One's like Majority Opinion Jeju 4, Majority Opinion Jeju 5, Majority Opinion Jeju 6. They basically all post the same things in different orders and everything. So I'm gonna read you what was in the caption of the post on Instagram. Defender Jeju Island Minority Opinion President accused. Previously, this article was written for the purpose of public interest to prevent further victims from occurring and to contain the unfair voices of the victims who reported it. By the way, this is also translated from Google, so if things are a little bit off, that's why. Is an ex-convict who was imprisoned in a detention center on related charges. Even though he is currently on probation, he does not reflect on his crimes, uses his own stores to make victims through promiscuous, immoral, and unhygienic behavior, and conducts business openly while deceiving others. Even though he has a girlfriend, he cheats on her. He has habitually had relations with female travelers, guests, and women residing in Jeju Island. His ex-girlfriend, Miss A, that's like and kind of like how we in the West we say Jane Doe in the States when someone is not going to be identified, was infected with a it's called herpes type 2. As a result, on the day that Miss A was diagnosed with, after hearing about the fact that Miss A was infected with a venereal disease, he comforted and reassured her, "You are infected with." Even after recognizing the fact, he cheated on Miss A, who was suffering, and immediately fell in love with another woman. Herpes type 2 is a is transmitted through contact and the ganglion of the spinal cord. I don't know what that means. It is a virus that lies dormant in the body and cannot be cured once infected. It can be fatal if the infected person is weak in physical strength or suffers from a chronic disease even without a special disease. Can affect if you are infected with a virus. You must live as a carrier for life and can be passed on to your unborn baby at birth. Because of the woman who contracted the disease has to live with not only physical pain, but also the mental pain that she can become a spreader. However, even now the perpetrator lives shamelessly with pretentious words and actions. The victim, seeing people who believe and follow, is having a hard day in resentment and despair. If any of those reading this article know the true identity of, but have not been able to reveal the truth, or if there are people who suspect that they may be victims, please contact us. So yeah, that was what my friend had shared me. Because it's translated from Korean to English, there's a lot I still don't understand. And I wasn't gonna make this video at all or talk about this because I just don't know anything. Like, there's so much I don't know yet. But because of this DM I got the other day, it made me aware that a few of you guys may have, you know, seen that vlog and then heard this story and might feel the same way that the person who sent me that DM feels. So that's why I was like, let me just say what I gotta say about it. At first I'm like, okay, he gave somebody an STD, which is not a crime. It sucks and is very unfair, but it's not a crime. That post says that they're an ex-convict and they're on probation. They don't really go on to specify too much more about what that is. The person who made this account also has some screenshots that are allegedly from the owner of this business in communication with one of the victims. These are like snippets, you know, there's still so much that I don't see what is being said right before or right after. And I think this is on Kakao. I'm not sure what messenger platform this is. So yeah, I'm just gonna put all these screenshots here. So yeah, the DM that led me to making this video is, I'll show you guys on screen here and I'll read it as well. They say, "Hi Cece, I remember seeing a vlog with you and Bree." It's Bria, by the way. She really hates that people still keep calling her Bree. It's Bria, B-R-E-A, but yeah, anyway. "You went to a bar in Jeju, talked to the owner. Did you know he's a offender you shouldn't promote? Why promote the business of someone who hurts women? Did you know this?" And then they sent me the same link that my friend sent me a few weeks before. So I said, "I did hear about this, but I don't understand it. I made the video long before I heard any of this." And I said, I'd never knowingly encourage people to go to his business if I knew. "I will try to talk to him and the account accusing him." And then they said, "I will always support, but be careful." I said, "I will, thanks." They say, "Whiting." So yeah, just again, more context. I made that vlog, I filmed it back in like July 2022. I didn't get around to editing it and posting it until maybe late September, early October. So this account just got posted February-ish. February 22nd was the first post. So there's a long time between that. I did not knowingly promote this dude. I still don't know what's going on. So I messaged the account who made this majority opinion Jeju 4. And I said, "Hi, sorry my Korean is bad, but can I ask what happened?" They said, "You can use Papago." I said, "Okay, can you explain in Korean first?" So then they literally sent me the exact same thing that like the description info on that first comment that I already read translated to English. So just copy and paste like the very same thing. So then I said, "I asked because I'm a YouTuber and I want to make a video about this to clear things up. I promoted this bar on my channel in September and I didn't know, but I don't know the full situation." And then they replied in Korean, "I roughly understand this," where basically she was saying, "It's all true, please don't promote him," to help stop or help prevent more victims. So then I said, "What do you mean by are there official police charges?" And the account person said yes. I said, "Can you show me?" They didn't say anything, which again is not really my place, so I get that. So after that brief exchange, I decided to message the bar owner. And I said, "Hey, I wanted to ask you about the accusations against you, what's going on?" And then they said, I don't want to read directly from what he said because you guys can identify him through the last vlog. It's different when I'm making like a story time from like Tinder or some random club encounter where you guys have no way of ever knowing or identifying who I'm talking about. So it's not really a privacy thing. But this guy, you guys can find out who it is. So I don't want to read verbatim from our discourse what we said in DMs. Basically saying that he has charges filed against this person because it's cyber criminal stuff, and that she was a girl who met up with him, and when he said that they couldn't meet anymore, she made this in like retaliation. I explained that my friend showed me this a few weeks ago and I didn't know what was going on, and how I got a DM from someone saying, "Hey, you shouldn't knowingly promote this person, there's," and that was the whole reason I felt like, okay, I gotta say something. And he said like, "That's not true, she's making this up, but if you don't trust me, you can delete the video." And I'm like, well, you know, the whole video wasn't just your bar, like me and Bria had a really nice day. He said he called the police and they're handling it, which again, that's another reason why I didn't really want to say too much, because this is ongoing. So then I asked him if the screenshots were fake too. And he said like, yeah, she made some of them up. So then I noticed recently on that account, Majority Opinion Jeju 4, where they said something about inmate number 176. So I asked him about that. And instead of, you know, saying no, it's not true, he just said like, why are you worried about this? Don't you have more to do with your life? And why are you coming at me like this? So I was just kind of like, oh, okay, you know, I won't bother you anymore, but that is a little suspicious, not gonna lie.
That's suspicious.
If I was accused of something I didn't do, I'd flat out say it is a lie. I don't know what they're talking about. I didn't do it. So that was the last I had said to him. And then he said he's sorry it's like affecting me or bothering me, and it'll be over soon. So yeah, I just wanted to say this because I don't want people, because I really do like the bar. I like the concept of it. He did grow to like a bigger place. So it's not like the tiny little place that you saw in my vlog anyway, but I like the concept. Like, it was a good fun vibe, so I was happy to vlog it and share it with you guys. But with this coming out last month, if you do decide to go, be very careful. It's so hard to put this into words. I just didn't want people to think that I, like this person who DM'd me, that I promoted this place knowing what was going on or knowingly putting anybody at risk, especially because in that vlog we were like, oh, it's good for solo travel. You can come here alone and make some girlfriends and some guy friends because the conversation is flowing. Even when me and Bria were there, we just went there by ourselves. She knows the bar owner. I was my first time meeting him. I only saw him that once. But the guy next to me, we all started talking, and he's like, oh, you know, I've traveled to Hong Kong, and I like to travel, and I want to go to France. And we were talking. I was like, oh, cool, like your English is really good. And so it was like that. It was a really fun, cool vibe. And he was happily in the vlog and everything. And then this came out. So my friend warned me. I was like, oh my God, did you know this was happening? I did not. I'm not making this video to defame him, to say don't go to his place of business. This is all actively playing out right now. I'm not making this to say that the person who made this account is lying or say that they're telling the truth. I'm not taking any stance one way or the other because I don't know what's going on. They both say they're telling the truth. They both say the other person's lying. So we just have to wait and see. But at least if you see that vlog, I'll probably attach this to the end of that one as well. Like, link it to the card so you know what's going on right now. So stay safe, ladies. Thanks for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Annyeong.